most people think of revenue share, they see the opportunity, right? If they see it, they see the opportunity of the growth arm below. But you also mentioned in that the growth arm above you. So this is something that not a lot of people talk about, like you said, from just like random videos on the internet. But this is something that I know we do really well. So this is something that, especially what you've done for our team, the Wolfpack. So let's kind of talk a little bit about that, what you've done for the Wolfpack so far, why we're growing so quickly, and then just moving forward, some of the things that are coming as well.
Yeah. So one of the reasons why we grow so quick in comparison to the other organizations at our company is we've created a system on top of the company for busy people to come in to hit the ground running day one. So nobody wants to come and have to figure out everything day one and figure out new skill sets, how to build a business. And so we basically created a Wolfpack organization system to help busy people come in to give them an opportunity to become a celebrity within our company tomorrow. It's kind of like the way I say it. So we've created an international recruiting system for you guys so that you don't have to do this for the most part, where we have live webinars running multiple times a week. These are done by me and other top leaders in our organization, where we do the whole presentation. And this is the way that you can avoid your time in doing it. So imagine if you came in and you're doing presentations all the time, and you're trying to run your production business. Probably you have another third-party business, investing, mortgage, or title, whatever it is. It's going to be very overwhelming, right? But you have a network, you have a database, you have an influence following on social media, you have relationships. So what we did is we created a recruiting system for you if you want to grow through our model, so you can focus on whatever you want to do with your time, but you can send people to these calls and we'll do this for you. Then what we do is one-on-one, consulting calls where I'll hop on a call with you and your partner, the potential partner, and we'll go into any and all their questions. We'll run their numbers, we'll run their net sheets, we'll answer any questions about the company, any concerns that they would have, make some comparisons of what that would be like compared to their current company now. And we help with that agent attraction side. So when you're talking about 7 partners above you. So the eXp revenue share model is a 7-tier override system, very similar to how Keller Williams grew, but enhanced because we share revenue, not profit, right? And so in a traditional brokerage, let's say you're at a small independent brokerage, like a flat fee shop, and you're like one of 50 agents and you have one broker above all you. That's one layer of support, right? So you have one person you can go to ask questions to help you with the business. Whereas at eXp, you're going to have 7 layers of support. You have 7 partners above you incentivized to help you grow your business and help you with training and support systems for your agents. And then underneath you, as your agents are coming in, we'll talk about here in a second, they're incentivized by the eXp's revenue share model to attract agents to your company. So I'll talk about growth for brokers here in a second. I'll write that down. Now, so you think about that above and below, right? You have support, and then around also, because the company has 2,000 or so almost paid employees now. And I'm assuming they're being paid between probably $40,000 and $125,000 a piece is usually what most companies pay depending on the position. So if you do the math on that, they're giving us $100 million employee force for the most part, give or take, as a management system that we get to use to do everything for us that we don't have to pay for. So I didn't want to pay $100 million or so, give or take, for thousands of paid employees. So I decided to pay $85 a month instead, which is the opportunity that eXp gives me. Now, what I get for that $85 is my organization conservatively this year should close, 10,000 plus houses, right? That's going to happen across probably almost every American state, a lot of the Canadian provinces, and many of the countries we're in. I never had to learn about laws in these other countries. I never had to learn about paperwork or promulgated forms. I never had to go through any of the legal side, and I don't even have to carry any legal risk, right? I have all these broker rooms that eXp is providing for me to operate, supporting my agents in these countries and states where they're closing transactions. They're doing all the contract review, they're carrying the liability, they're doing the payment processing, and they're handling the tax part because I get a 1099. So every single month, we're selling give or take 1,000 houses. I don't see paperwork, I don't see contracts, I don't write checks, I cannot be sued, and I get my taxes done because I get a 1099. Whereas in traditional brokerage, you're doing it on the flip side, right? So this is why so many people and brokers are coming over here. Now let's take a look like what you're talking about above and below in management side, right? So if you're going to grow a brokerage, there's 3 ways to do this, right? You do it all on your own, meaning accounting, legal support, payment processing, marketing, doing transaction stuff, everything on your own. It's not sustainable, it's not scalable. So they usually move to 1 or 2 options. The first one is hire a broker or someone to help grow the business or employees. But what does this do? It gives up money, it takes money out of your bank account, so it creates a liability for your business, and it gives up control of your business. And we know how, Kobe, how much entrepreneurs like giving up control, right? They don't like to give up control at all, right? So now you've given up your business, which is like your baby, the most important thing, to somebody that you hired off an interview process, right? And this happens all the time in employee-based business models is people are great at interviews, but are horrible at implementation and actually doing what they tricked you that they thought that they could do when they did well in a 1-hour interview, right? If that makes sense. So you've got all these problems here, and so let's take a look at kind of like the overall AHA view here. So on the growth side, over here, if you're a broker, you have to do on your own or hire someone. Or the last one is have agents given opportunity to give a compensation model for them to attract agents to the company, like paying one $50 or $100, $500, or a percentage transaction. Sorry, I want to put that in there quick before I go into this analogy here. So at eXp, the difference is, here's the big aha for brokers and team leaders, why they're all moving over here right now. Above the business, right? This would be where you hire a broker or someone where you're giving money out of your bank account, giving up control, and you're gambling on what they can perform as far as the risk, right? And if they do bad, you have to fire them and find another person. You don't have to do that here. No extra expense and no gambling here, and no emotional stress and no giving up your control of the business, because you have 7 partners above you that are going to operate like partner recruiters, someone like myself and Kobe. And, in our line here, you got Brant Phillips and Chris Bounds and Matt Gardner and Charlie Cameron, all these like rock stars, right, that can help you at no expense. So for example, if you were to pay me, right now I'm in the top, a few tens of agents out of 83,000+ agents in a growth, what would you hire someone like me to come build your business? It's going to be not cheap. And that's not trying to air count, I'm just trying to make a point here that you probably want to be able to pay me to come do that. So at eXp, you get to work with me and other partners for free. So you have the growth arm above you. So it's no expense in your business and no giving up control, right? Now, underneath the business, this is so important to understand. eXp is a model where we compensate the agents. So most brokers we talk to have some type of model where maybe they pay their agents $500 one time if they attract an agent, or they give them $50 per transaction that they close out of their transaction or something like that, right? Now, if you're a broker right now and you're doing that model, which is probably the best one to do, which is why eXp does it, what happens when you have to pay the agent? You pay the agent, right? If John Smith brings Kobe to your company, you have to pay John Smith for helping grow your company, and you're paying them out of your bank account. And it's $500. Here at eXp, they get paid $2,800 per capping agent, essentially, right? Out of eXp's bank account. So what would you rather do? Would you rather have eXp pay a lot more money to these agents to join your business out of their bank account? Or would you rather pay a lot less to your agents to attract agents to your office and also pay this out of your bank account, right? So what that means is you have above the business partners that are going to grow the business with you, so you don't have to pay the expense. Below the business, you're having more money that can be paid out to your agents than you could afford to pay in your own business, paid by eXp company dollar, not out of your bank account. And the leverage is 7 tiers deep. So now you have recruiters inside your business that you're not paying because they're recruiting for their own business, if that makes sense. That's the brilliance of a model like this, which real entrepreneurs understand. People that struggle in business don't understand really why the most powerful business models are affiliate marketing models, network marketing models. And that's what every high-level entrepreneur understands. It's the masses that don't understand that, right? Educated people understand. Biggest opportunities in business are these types of models because of leverage and risk avoidance and scalability opportunities and now technology, right? So, and then the last one is the overall management side. You don't have the expense of paying for CPAs and accountants and all this stuff, like it's all avoided, right? But all these things come hand in hand while you're seeing so many brokers and team leaders come over here, because they've got support above and below and around them, if that makes sense, at no extra expense besides their monthly fee and the cap that they pay to the company, which is truly incredible when you really break it down. So to run an international business with no legal and no liability for $85 a month is just the way the world's changing in the most impressive way, right? Because this didn't exist a few years ago, and now you can run an international business from the seat of your house.